Hello everyone, welcome to Supreme Tennis, where today I'm going to be reviewing some tennis shoes. So Yonex have been kind enough to give me their Cushion Eclipsion 5, and first let's take a closer look at them. Now admittedly, aesthetics are one of the first things I consider when choosing tennis shoes, even though it should probably be lower on my list of priorities. However, I think this is part of the reason why Yonex is gaining popularity, and not just in the racket department. Let's be honest, many tennis shoes can be quite clunky and unattractive, but not this pair. They definitely get a thumbs up when it comes to style and design. And speaking of Yonex's popularity, let's mention a few top players who use their gear. So there's of course Nick Kyrgios, they've got Ben Shelton, Denis Shapovalov, Francis Tiafoe, and then going back, there's Grand Slam champion and former world number one Lleyton Hewitt, who used to represent Yonex. And for those who specifically use the Yonex Cushion Eclipsion 5, are players such as Casper Ruud, Elena Rybakina, Linda Noskova, and then another Grand Slam champion, Stan Wawrinka, and that's just to name a few. So I'm just getting a first feel for the shoes during a light warm-up, and I must say they do actually feel really good. I'm just at my local tennis club. It's one of the David Lloyd clubs. For those of you who live in the UK might be aware of this chain. And I'm just hitting a few basket-fed balls. And Claudia was kind enough to dedicate her free time and act as my ball machine for the hour. And firstly, I just want to talk about comfort when it comes to tennis shoes. And this is obviously something you do really want to take into account when buying tennis trainers. And these feel great. They do feel incredibly comfortable, and that's thanks to its cushioning, which is said to provide great support and shock absorption. And inside, the shoe feels plush and snug, and they seem to mold perfectly around my foot. Now, despite being sturdy like most tennis shoes, they do feel very light, and they are very light, which will allow for quick and agile movements around the court. And I'd say this combination of comfort, cushioning, and lightness make the Eclipsion 5 a top-notch choice for intermediate and advanced tennis players. As we get through the session, Claudia continues to help me with some light drills, but eventually the intensity ramps up, and I get to really test the stability and support of these shoes. And unlike running shoes, which are designed for forward movement, forward motion, tennis shoes need to handle sudden changes of direction, stopping, starting, moving forwards, backwards, and lateral movements. The Yonex Cushion Eclipsion 5, with its reshaped midsole, is designed specifically to provide the kind of stability that every tennis shoe needs. And to be honest, I don't usually focus on such details when it comes to tennis footwear, but for the purpose of this review, I did obviously pay closer attention, and I have to say I do feel secure in these shoes and less likely to roll an ankle. I did really want to test these shoes to their limits by doing some sliding drills on a hard court or a clay court, but unfortunately only the carpet was available, and perhaps I'll let you know how that goes in another video. Anyway, next we're going to discuss price, and tennis trainers can cost a mini fortune these days. The Eclipsion 5, priced around £115, or if you're in the States about $145 to $150, is competitively positioned among high-performance tennis shoes. Now, compared to Nike's Zoom Vapor series and Adidas's Barricade series, which are often more expensive, the Eclipsion 5 offers great value given its overall quality. It's lighter than the Barricades and similarly cushioned to the Asics Gel Resolution shoes, which are also a very popular choice despite being pricier. Now, bargain might be too strong of a word, but for £115 I'd say it's not bad at all. Okay, up until now I was probably hitting at around 50 to 60%, but this next drill coming up was the first basket where I pretty much maxed out on my forehand. I'll let these shots play through while you check out some positive reviews I found online of the Eclipsion 5. Next, I focus on some more defensive shots that required covering more ground, and I was tempted to slide on the court given how secure these shoes do feel, and I'm really not just saying that, but I decided against it to avoid any risk. Now overall, these shoes are an excellent choice for any tennis player. As I've said, they're great for intermediate and advanced players. That's not to say that beginners can't use them too, but they're more for players who are adept at moving around the court. So both baseline players and all court players will definitely appreciate these shoes. And based on some research, I found out the new design includes an extra barrier on the outside of the foot to help players recover about 5% faster when sliding on the court. As players move around, the updated support helps absorb the impact and prepare them for their next move. This combination of features improves grip on the court and helps players bounce back quickly, making it easier to change direction and make precise movements. And even though I wasn't sliding on an acrylic court, I did feel a good sense of grip provided from the shoe. And over time I will find out how durable these shoes are. Based on some further research, the reviews seem good overall, but let's see how these wear over time. I'd like to see and test that for myself. Anyway, a big shout out to Adam Ryder from the Yonex team for sending these over. I still have 2 more Yonex shoes to review, so stay tuned for those videos and see you in the next one, guys. Take care.